Hello lovely ladies on my channel, it's Mark again and I'm here for another Ask Mark. And if you don't know what this video is about or what the hell's happening, this is the video where every single week I come on and I answer questions straight from you guys. So your comments that you post in my videos, I pick a few every single week and I answer them personally because I just love you guys so much for tuning in and commenting on my channel. First comment is from Stella, and Stella says, I just had an awkward text. I haven't talked to him since August. Okay, and I texted him yesterday. I wrote, hey, how you doing? And he said back, I'm fine, and you? And I said, me too. And that was it. I had no idea what to say back. Well, I'm not all that surprised, Stella, yet let me give you an analogy to describe what's happened here. Now, I don't have anyone with me to film with today, so I'm going to use this little robot, this guy, to demonstrate what you've done here with this text. Okay, ignore the foam roller. Here's him, okay? Here's you going, oh, I've been thinking about him. Oh, I should text him. I should text him. I should text him something. Hey, how you doing is not a useful text. It's a text where you say, I've been thinking about you, but I'm too scared to actually invest properly and send a proper message to say that I've been thinking about you. Stella, the reason this text ended awkwardly is because you gave no value with this text. There was nothing in it. Hey, how you doing? It's just kind of like I'm prodding you to see where you're at, but I'm not going to show real interest. If you haven't talked to someone for a while, send them something positive that has value. Hey, how have you been? I've been doing, miss chatting to you. I've been having a really good time doing this and this. Would be great to hear how you've been. Send him something like that. Send him something with value. Yes, it's a little scarier, but what you sent is essentially a way for you to kind of protect yourself and make him do the investing. And he said, well, bugger that, you can do the investing. And now you've ended up in this awkward text situation. So why not send him something like what I just said and reignite the conversation in a really cool and interesting way. Second question is from Raquel. And Raquel says, hey Mark, so I started talking to this guy on Tinder and he was super interested in the beginning. We used to talk every day on Facebook. It got to the point where he was saying that he wanted to marry me after a week. Okay. I knew that he wasn't in love, but it felt good hearing these things, and after a month I actually believed it and started having feelings for him too. Okay. Anyway, later on, he started to lose interest and ignoring me every now and then. I let him have space, sure, and then after a while he reached out to me again. Okay. But after talking to me for a week, he vanished again. And then a few weeks later, I talked to him. But after answering my message, he sent another one, and when I answered it, he ignored me again. I don't understand. I know that part of that is because I didn't do the right thing. I guess I should have ignored him back a little too to raise my value in his eyes. But anyway, do you think there is a way I can still get him to answer my text? Raquel, something you said here, I guess I should have ignored him back a little too to raise value in my eyes, to raise his value in my eyes. Look, I hate playing hard to get. I hate it. I think it's weird. It's not genuine. I know other coaches teach it. I just don't agree with it. I don't think you have to play hard to get or manipulate or fake disinterest to ever get a guy. If you are being genuine and you are showing interest and that interest isn't reciprocated, then you show interest in other people who are going to reciprocate it. Don't get focused on playing ignoring or playing hard to get. You don't need to do that to get a good guy. When you prioritize people appropriately as they prioritize you, you're going to go like this and you're both going to raise your value in each other's eyes without ever having to manipulate sort of anyone. This guy, by the way, he strikes me as the type, there's a type I call the Romeo, which I haven't put in my male dating personalities guide. You can find the link to that in the description, but the Romeo is actually one I left out, but it's a really common one. And basically what it is, it's that guy that wants the high. He wants the feeling of being in love, but he gets that high and then he's like, okay, I've got the high of this chick liking me. I'm going to go on to the next one and the next one. And they say these crazy things like, I want to marry you after a week. and get the girl to sort of fall in love and tether her emotions, and then they move on to the next one. And this guy's hot and cold pattern indicates to me that he's more in it just to validate himself by getting women after him than he is to look for real love. So if he's hot and cold in this way, bugger him. You shouldn't need to play hard to get a guy like this. So look, if you want to send him a fun text from the guide, you can, and he'll probably answer it. But think about the quality of this guy, and my advice would be go after a man who isn't hot and cold and whom you don't have to play hard to get to be with. Third question. Third question is a really cool one. It's from Marianne. I've commented before on a previous video, and I recently found out that my boyfriend is cheating on me. I confronted him with the evidence, and he didn't really have any explanation except he kept denying he was cheating. I guess my question is, why doesn't he just confess? I've opted not to speak to him, which is fair, and he's made attempts to contact me. I don't feel like he will give me the answers that I need to hear in order to really let go. So my second question is how to let go with no closure in the situation. But first of all, Marianne, thank you so much for watching my videos, and I'm so sorry to hear that this has happened to you. To answer your first question, why doesn't he just confess? Well, Marianne, his actions weren't much, shows he's not much of a man to me to begin with. Any guy that is thinking of cheating or is having those thoughts, he could perfectly easily come and talk to you. That's what a real man would do. Or at least he could break it off. Any man who cheats always has those two other options of things he can do. But instead, frankly, he was a pussy about it and he went and cheated. So he was not much of a man. And look, why doesn't he admit it? Same friggin' reason. Because he's shown he's not much of a man. He's shown he can't own his failures. So the only thing he knows how to do is deny it. To answer your second question, so how do I let go with no closure on the situation? Marianne, there's nothing he could say that's going to answer your questions or give you real closure. Real closure has to come from you. Real closure comes from you processing the situation and you getting through it in your own thought patterns. No man can give you closure from a relationship. This is a mistake a lot of women make. They think that, oh, closure's going to come when I hear him say one more thing and when I hear his explanations. And then sometimes they go and they do hear one more thing and they do get those explanations and it just makes them feel even shitter. Closure can never come from a man. Closure has to come from you processing your own grief with the situation. And as you look back on this situation and realize that the whole time, this guy was never a real man. He was never able to talk to you. He was never able to even break up with you before he went and did something. He was just a pussy and went off and did it anyway. His reaction to not confess it and just deny it is not really surprising. So move on without him. Get your own closure. This is about you. This is not about him. And the final question today, a little bit of a happier one, comes from Shabnam. And Shabnam says, I start to text this guy, but whenever he adds some flirty emoji, I just leave his ass on red. As in you've read the message, right? But then he texts me next morning saying, hey, I mean, is it bad to leave him on red? And why wouldn't he ask me if I don't reply back? So I'm not sure if you're saying that he's texting just the emoji or if he's texting some words with the emoji. If he's texting just the emoji and you read it, that's a pretty normal end to a texting conversation. There's no reason that a guy would wonder why you're not replying to that. Even if you add words, to be honest, and even if he adds words and he sends you an emoji as well, like it sounds like the conversation's kind of just ending there, and that's fine as long as there's sort of nothing to reply to. Is it weird that the next morning he doesn't wonder why you haven't replied back? Not really. It's just him kind of shrugging his shoulders and going, okay, well, whatever, she didn't reply, I'm just going to text her in the morning, which is kind of cool. But also from your end, make sure you're not playing hard to get here. I mean, like I say, it depends how these conversations are going, but there's no need to, this is coming off very, I'm doing this strategy this way to try and make him feel this. Like, if you want to text him back, just text him back. If you don't, then you don't. But this weird kind of, oh, I'm going to stop replying every time he does this emoji. This is playing games, which I'm so not for in dating. I know other coaches do teach it, but I don't believe that you have to play games to get the right person for you. And in fact, I think if you do play games, you'll attract the wrong person for you. So reply if there's more to say in the conversation, don't reply if there's not, and I guess appreciate that the guy is still initiating the next morning, because that's a good sign. Meet up with him, stop having text conversations, start calling him up or meeting up with him, and then find out who he is as a person before you wonder if he's worth more and, you know, worth becoming a boyfriend and stuff. So thank you all for sending in your comments. You guys are amazing, and the comments are getting better and better every single week. So thank you so much for getting involved with my channel. I absolutely love that you guys get involved, and it really just makes me so happy and so inspired to keep doing it. We've got heaps and heaps more videos coming out, lots of ones featuring me, Jamia, some interesting Q&A ones on their way as well. So lots and lots of stuff for you guys. I'm really, really excited to get these ones out. Make sure you subscribe and hit the little bell as well so you get notifications when I put out new videos. Tell your friends about it, share it with your friends, put it all around, and give the video a thumbs up, and obviously comment. Remember, I answer every comment. Even if it doesn't necessarily get on the video, I take a lot of time each day to answer every comment, because I really want this community to grow, and I want to spread this message of positive self-esteem, positive interactions with men, and both genders coming together to create this great dating atmosphere where no one has to play hard to get or manipulate. So thanks so much, guys. I will talk to you in the video next week. Leave your comments again, and I can't wait to see you all in the next video real soon.